Coming to you live and electrified. Woo! Woo! This is Live from the Double R. My name is Noah.
Yeah. My name is Casey.
This is Jordan again. Woo! I'm back.
The man is back. Kevin is still
somewhere.
He gone.
He's somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I revealed last week. He's in Australia.
But we're here at the Double R.
Yeah.
Did you see this fly buzzing around here?
It's honestly super annoying.
It's super annoying.
It's middle of July.
There's a backstroke in my
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
As soon as it lands somewhere, I'm going to take my fork and just smack it.
It is mid-July after all. So
yeah.
Whatevs.
I hope it doesn't land on your face.
I hope it doesn't either.
What happened first? We should talk about that.
Okay, so what happened first is it basically was about 5 minutes of me confirming to myself that Richard Horn is a huge piece of shit.
That's the first thing that happens?
Yeah. He
pulls up in a Saturn.
He goes to Miriam's house.
Yeah.
Because that is the person who saw him run over that kid at the four-way stop.
Yep.
And
she's like, you better not come in here.
I sent a letter.
Did she say she called them too?
She said she had some sort of conversation with them, right? Like,
yeah. Like the letter is not the end all be all thing. I thought like someone knew something. You know, him intercepting the letter doesn't quite. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's not exonerated because Chad.
It's Chad.
He is kind
TV
of a
dinner,
fucking Chad.
TV
too.
dinner Chad.
Two. Yeah, because he took two of them. He took the letter, and that's not going to be the end of it. I think Lucy, she knows what up.
Yeah, I think
so?
she saw him do that because she seemed very suspicious that he offered to go get the mail. It's such a beautiful day out. Calls for a second donut. I would have just been like, you're a huge piece of shit. Can you not like be around here or collect the mail?
He's also the kind of guy that doesn't need like a beautiful day as an excuse to take a second donut either. Like he'll just take one.
You have 2 TV dinners, so why not take 2 donuts?
How many donuts do they just throw away at the end of the day? Every day.
It's really a shame. Hopefully there's a local food shelf they give those donuts to or something.
Or Newman comes by and is the cleaner. Is that what he calls himself? Remember in the top of the muffin episode?
You're talking about we're going to Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What do they call him?
On top
the
of
cleaner?
the muffin to you.
I don't remember what they gave him as a nickname.
Okay, but they have all those muffin bombs they got to get rid of.
Yeah.
And he comes in.
Because Elaine loves the muffin tops, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, everybody loves muffin tops.
Oh,
Of course. But they probably have someone to the equivalent of Newman to come in and take care of the day old donuts.
Who would be the equivalent of Newman in the world of Twin Peaks?
Jean-Michel.
Yeah, okay. All right, I could see
Is
that.
that his name?
I could see it also being like Jacoby.
Yeah. Wait, just that has the spirit of Newman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like no one really menacing, but you're not really happy to see them.
Right.
See, I think Jean Michael has more of the library cop vibe,
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
where Jacoby is
Bookman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jean Michael is definitely Bookman. And I think Dr. Jacoby is Newman.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Who's Banya?
Jacoby.
Who's Banya?
Who is Banya? Just a guy that you hate to see.
That's a great question.
But
The
like
guy
a
that
little
everyone
comic
in the
relief.
show hates to see, but all the audience loves to see.
Chad. No, Leo Johnson.
Oh,
yes.
absolutely.
Leo Johnson is Banya.
For sure. I kind of miss Leo Johnson, even though he's a horrible human being. I miss his bad acting.
I definitely miss Leo Johnson.
Get me a beer.
So we see Richard Horn. He basically murders. What's her name? Miriam.
Yep.
Oh, she dead.
She dead. She gave up way too much information.
She gave up a lot of blood.
gave a lot of blood.
And the oven is running with the candle, so something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, and then next we see the guy, I forget his name, playing the song. And a red mug gets thrown out the window.
Carl.
There's a lot of like red, the motif of like a red object.
The red balloon, the red
balloon,
dot
red-
on the
Yes.
little note.
Is a theme.
Yeah, I
to
guess I
look
didn't
out
even
for.
think of the color with the coffee mug. I was too distracted by how disturbing, this scene was.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is this guy is the Leo Johnson of season 3.
Right.
But way more of a piece of shit. Like there's nothing.
I never really thought of it that way, but you are kind of right.
Really good point.
Yeah, it's basically Shelley's daughter, just kind of like following in her footsteps.
Is that
Yeah.
confirmed? Is she Shelley's daughter?
Ye-
I guess I had.
Well, she does have a different last name, but I think it's that dude's last name.
Oh,
Right.
Do we ever find out Shelley's maiden name? I don't even think they have that in the book.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't
God,
know.
what if she was like Shelley Jacoby or some shit? I would flip.
No, I'm just connecting the dots because in the first episode or the second episode, she says my daughter's dating this guy,
Yeah.
and then
I think that's implied. That's
What-
definitely her daughter.
Yeah.
just really quick on that. Going back to when she's talking about, I don't know, I don't think that's the one for my daughter. Apparently, Shelley also sounds like Gordon Cole now. When she was explaining it, like she made it sound like it was like a high school, relationship
Yeah.
where it's like a mom is like her 17-year-old daughter's dating, this like kind of a whole quarterback where it's like, yeah, like he's got things going for him, but I just don't think he's the one.
yeah, not two people married living in a trailer park.
Let alone like they're doing some sort of drug. There's something going
yeah.
up the nose. Like, you think? Yeah, he's probably not the one for her. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
I got really intense about that. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right because they are both very intense
You're
scenes.
feeling it, Jordan.
Yeah.
Don't apologize for that.
No, I'm okay. I'm sorry for saying sorry.
They sort of just leave it with. It seems like he's maybe going to beat her up, but nothing really seems to come of it.
Yeah.
Just a lot of idle threat. But Carl obviously can hear it.
Yep.
And he sees the mug break the glass window, and
Low key, Carl, him playing that guitar and singing that song, dude,
Pretty chill.
Little
Nailing
Bob
it.
Dylan guy, kind of. It sounded like,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, he was playing. Oh gosh,
You can carry a melody.
the song was. Oh man, I knew what it was when I watched it, and now I can't think of it. Oh well. But
Umbrella? Was it Umbrella?
he was not playing "Umbrella" by Rihanna.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive. It may. It's somewhere. It's someone kind of like Rihanna.
Timber by Kesha.
No, it was like "You Make Me Feel Good." La la la. He was playing that song.
Oh yeah.
Make me feel good.
It's like a Cobra Starship featuring Sia or
Copra Starship.
something like that. That's
Yeah.
that's what Harry Dean Stanton, aka Carl, was playing.
He was playing an acoustic version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, write us in if you know exactly what the song was. Settle this debate.
Could you imagine him twerking?
Ooh.
Yeah, I just did.
A 91-year-old dude twerking?
Yeah, he just turned 91, right?
I've gone places. Just want to stay right where I am. Dude then just busts out a huge fucking twerk.
Like feet up on the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Everything.
upside down.
Yeah.
Working that thing.
Yeah. Is he gonna mean more to this season, you think?
I don't know. It's a good question.
He's just
'cause
observing all this stuff. All this awful stuff.
it seems like he has experienced something supernatural because in the movie he says, I just want to stay right where I am. I've gone places. And when the little boy gets run over, he sees the little spirit leave
Yeah.
the body with the electricity, the telephone pole. So it seems like he may play a role. Like I kind of think that people like him and Sonny Jim might be these lodge dweller doppelgangers, like the way that the old man waiter was really the giant,
Right.
and the one-armed man Mike was really the small man from another place. So I don't know who necessarily, but it seems like that's certainly a possibility with
Yeah.
Carl, especially.
Carl. Yes.
He's probably seen some shit.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some stuff, or what was it? I've been places, I've seen things. Is that what he said?
Yeah, it's something to that.
Here's
effect.
a little conspiracy theory for you. What are the chances that maybe he was in Black Lodge or in the waiting room or whatever have you at some point?
I think it's a very valid theory.
I'd say I'd put those chances at sky high.
Can't confirm nor deny, but I do think that's certainly a possibility.
But would
'cause
be big if true.
be huge if true.
Yeah.
Not just big.
Let's lock it in as big if true.
Yep. Okay, I'm fine with that.
After that happens, there's another scene that happens. What is it?
Is it Dougie getting his physical?
Oh, we go to Las Vegas.
Dougie getting his physical? Is that what
Not only
happens?
is Dougie like looking lean and good and everything, he's like really tan.
Kyle MacLachlan is 58 years old, I believe.
Is he really?
Yeah. That dude's trim as fuck.
Yeah. Do you notice how tan he was? He's like
Spending time in Las Vegas. He's got all the sun in the world.
you think he's like sitting out back with his shirt off?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
It's because Dougie doesn't know how to put a shirt on. Dougie Cooper Dougie doesn't get it. Janie has to put it on for him.
Yeah.
Or take it off for him, for that matter.
So this version of Cooper's got perfect blood pressure. What else?
Perfect heartbeat.
Perfect heartbeat. And Janie is finally taking notice.
That he is very slim and in shape.
Yeah. And she's loving it.
Yeah.
She's pretty
Into it.
pretty. Yeah.
I just love when they go to the kitchen and he's eating that huge cake.
Hey, who's the Marty Funkhauser of Twin Peaks?
That's a great question.
Wow. We may have to circle back to that. I don't know if
Okay.
we can be put on the spot.
Think about it while you're talking about Twin Peaks, and then we'll get back to it.
Funkhauser almost serves like a Newman. Like they're friends, but it's always like, damn it, it's Funkhauser.
He's a little more lovable, though.
He is. He's the funk man.
He's by far my favorite character of that show.
okay.
He's up there. It's him and Leon for me. Larry? That was my Leon
That
impression.
was
I
good.
apologize.
If Leon was Gordon Cole.
Larry?
I really interrupted you, though.
I
please
love that
continue.
scene in the kitchen where Janie E is admiring him,
Yeah.
very attracted to Dougie. And he's just eating his cake. She asks him, "Do you find me attractive?" He just looks over. Just
She's not the least bit deterred by him completely ignoring her.
Yeah,
When
right.
She's like trying to
well,
advance.
doesn't he mimic? He says back, "Attractive."
Attractive.
And he's just chowing on cake,
Yeah.
which leads to the best sex scene I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty good.
The arms flailing.
I don't think- I think-
arms flapping.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic.
The look on his face too.
Yeah.
It's pure joy.
I heard someone compare it to like that could have been like shot for shot and tonally like out of like an Adam Sandler movie, which is pretty.
Oh
true.
yeah, for sure. I was just honestly when I was watching it, I expected him to orgasm saying hello.
Mr. Jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Janie, you say thank you, Mr. Jackpot. afterward. But the look on his face, you kind of saw the youthful Dale Cooper almost. There's a scene when it fades there and they're both lying in bed. You kind of get a glimpse of, I don't know, the angle and all the makeup, but it looks like a young Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah, it was.
I'm happy for them.
So
Yeah.
am I.
But it kind of made me sad because they're gonna have to split up. Well, I guess maybe they could stay together once this is all sort of like resolved.
I don't know.
Like once he comes to, you know, she's obviously now like attached to him in a way that you know she wasn't towards Dougie.
do you wonder if the kid
Sonny Jim?
and Janie E are manufactured as well?
No, I don't think so. No, I think they. Well, maybe, possibly, Sonny Jim, just because he's been kind of weird.
Okay.
But Janie's just she's like she fits in perfectly with every way humans are portrayed in this show. She's just a big like neurotic weirdo.
He seemed kind of weirded out by their sex.
Who did?
I was going to say, poor Sonny Jim.
Yeah, they woke him up
yeah. Yeah.
when she's just screaming out Dougie over and over.
Yeah.
What's
It's a little traumatic, but
so is this like a little like relationship tip? Is that in order to like, you know, have a healthy relationship, if you're a guy, the only thing you need to do is like not be like super overweight, not be like a cheater and a gambler and like a drug addict, and like you can even get by with just like
Never
saying
speaking?
like about 4 words a day.
You just need
Because
to.
if so, I need to start taking notes. I think.
Yeah, well, I think Kevin was right. Dougie Jones is a plowmaster.
He's a plowmaster. Jordan, why don't you use this as like a chance to try it out?
Yeah, I might just go to bars from now on, and people will be like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I'll say, "Name." And they'll be like, "What?" And they'll go, "My name is Daisy," and I'll just go, "Daisy."
What are you drinking? Drinking.
And then they'll be like, "All right, I'll get you a drink." And then a few years later, I have my own Sunny Jim.
We have no way of knowing until you try it out.
That's
So
what-
just
yeah.
go. We've got 1 week. Go put it into motion and report back.
I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good weekend.
I think the motivation is that Kyle MacLachlan is 58 years old and looks like that. And Dougie apparently secretly works out, and his partner doesn't notice how trim as fuck he is.
I was wondering if that was ever going to come up.
I don't know. It's like, how do you not notice that?
Yeah.
Because the Dougie that disappeared was overweight, bad haircut.
I think she's been so stressed and occupied with this financial situation that her family's been in that she just hasn't been able. She hasn't even like actually taken a look at him.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I agree.
And now she's ready to roll.
I'm a little concerned for Dougie because now we have the Mitchum brothers, is it?
Yeah. I didn't think these guys were going to come back.
I didn't think so either. Especially after that remote control hits the dude in the face via
By
Candy.
Candy.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is very disappointed by her action
She's
to
distraught.
slap the TV remote in his face. And he's very cool about
unlike
it.
Richard Horn, is very distraught by her actions.
Yes.
She has a hyper awareness to what she's doing and how it makes people feel, almost to a fault.
Yeah.
She should hand a little bit of that over to Richard. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That compassion.
Yes.
But we finally get a little more clarity into this episode regarding all the casino people. We get the Mulholland Drive guy, Todd, talking to
The desk guy.
it's the guy that Dougie says you're lying to.
Yeah, he's been sitting at a desk this entire episode, this entire season.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he finally sets up a meeting with him and the Mitchum brothers because they need to take care of Dougie.
Mm-hmm.
And if the brothers don't do it, because he's going to try to convince them that Dougie screwed them over,
Yeah.
he's going to have to do it himself.
Yep.
But Dougie's already suspicious of him, a la that meeting a few episodes ago where he says, you're lying. Remember that?
Yeah. Of course. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a little worried that the brothers are very upset right now.
Uh-huh.
I think they're going to be trying to go after Dougie.
But are you really that worried about Dougie? I mean, look how he handled Ike. This is probably like the second round, second of 4 rounds.
Ike was like a 3'4" piece of shit.
Yeah, but he's the Spike, man.
That's true.
He's a paid assassin.
These are two brothers. And
Yeah.
you know what happens do you ever see Casino?
No, tell me about
What
it.
happens in Vegas? Is that where you're going?
No, it wasn't. But I just get the feeling these two guys are going to pull like mobster type shit and take Dougie to the desert or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in Dougie. If he,
Or they're going to hurt his family or something.
Do you know what's weird is like this is the first time that I legit since Dougie like just became like this manimal. This is the first time I've kind of been like I kind of think Dougie might actually get hurt here.
really?
I don't know why there's this weird inkling in the back of my head that just kind of thinks like he's going. I don't know what's going to happen. Like let's say he gets shot. Like I don't know if that means like Dougie Jones or Dougie Cooper or whatever is going to be dead. But like I think something's going to happen with those guys that influences some sort of harm, and then whatever the result of that is left to be determined. But
It would probably make sense because Dougie was left on sort of a high note now. Like he and Janie had their night of connection.
Yep. It's a very proper way to put it.
Yeah. This is a family show. There's kids around.
Oh, God, yeah.
In the next booth. There's like 1 million kids in the next booth. Kind of drive me nuts a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. One of them won't stop crying.
Yeah. But, he's on a high note. So I see what you're saying. We're kind of like left in this suspense. Like, there's nowhere to go but down here.
Right.
But I think if he snapped into action the way he did against Ike the Spike, I think he can handle himself.
Against two cronies.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I liked how much they were involved in this episode. There was it was the funniest scene of the whole scene. I thought was when they were watching the surveillance cameras and the dude Tom Sizemore's character comes in and they tell Candy to go bring him up.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? And she goes down there and she's like motioning to him, just like. I guess she was telling him about the air conditioning system.
Yeah.
You remember that? And then they get on the walkie-talkie and tell the dude that's standing next to them down there to tell Candy to bring them up. And then I think one of them yells into the microphone like, "Do it now" or something. Like and the guy, you can see
it hurts
the guy.
his ear.
Yes, it hurts his ear. I was laughing out loud. In what was otherwise a very miserable show. I thought that was really funny.
Do you think are those sisters? Or I'm just gonna call them sisters.
Oh, sisters, you think?
I don't. Everybody's brothers. You got the Fusco boys. You got the two whatever
Oh, yeah.
crony. I mean, everybody's brothers and sisters here. So, it's Candy, and I forget
Mandy?
It's like Candy, Mandy, and
Sandy?
Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Andy sisters is what I'm just gonna call them. Are they just for lack of a better term, like really stupid, or are they just drugged? Do you think? Because the way they're acting,
I
is
think there's something wrong with Candy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to give logic to the way they're behaving, but I mean, they're already behaving strangely. But I think that there's something extra wrong with Candy now. Ever since she hit him with the remote.
She just doesn't know how to function like a human being.
Yeah, which is on the scale of likelihood to be explained. I think that's really low.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a shot we'll never figure out why they're so weird.
Yeah,
and that could just be a Twin Peaks thing. Like Lucy and Andy are just both kind of strange ducks that they may not be the brightest bulbs out there, but there's no explanation. That's just the way they act. you know?
Yeah, and Candy just not taking orders right away.
I thought she was ignoring the guy that she
That's
hit
what I
at
kind of.
first.
That's what I was thinking too.
I guess we kind of went over. We skipped past them seeing what we talked about several episodes ago about
The attack being viral on the news and stuff.
and all that footage being news footage.
Yep.
Which was great to see Janie kind of describe how it went down.
Yeah, I love that.
So good.
Touch the badge in the in the
right.
interview.
Dougie, no.
Yeah. It is a little bit. We can kind of forecast doom for. Now I see what you're saying. These guys they've got it out for him.
Well, they're convinced because of Dougie's coworker that
Yes,
he screwed them out of the insurance
yeah.
settlement.
Now they know how Marlon Brando felt.
Wait, Wally Brando or Marlon Brando?
I think Marlon.
Just kind of random after just what you were talking about. What I thought was kind of interesting was that this attack from the spike on them happened how many episodes ago? 3 episodes?
It was episode 7.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
And with the 2-week break in there, it feels like kind of a long time ago. We're I think only a day now beyond that. They mentioned something to the fact of the attack happened yesterday, which I mean, it's not a developmental, oh, what does that mean? It's just, I just think it's interesting, how you perceive time moving over in Twin Peaks world. It just is going a lot slower than I think I even would have ever imagined.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, for sure. I also think there's time that's behind in a way because we also saw Bill Hastings write that or date that picture of Major Briggs as 9/20, but then back in Twin Peaks, the note says 10/1, 10/2, and Frank Truman says that's 2 days from now.
yeah.
So I think time's all over the place, and it's sort of. I feel like the show has gotten a little more clarity as far as we've got our pieces of. We have the Twin Peak characters mostly focused on Truman, Hawk, Bobby. We've got Dougie. We've got
FBI.
the FBI, and we've got Mr. C.
Yes.
So we kind of have like 4 or 5 little areas to like keep.
That could kind of be in like out of sequence. is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I think with how many episodes are left, the pace will pick up. And I think a lot of people were complaining that this episode felt slow. And it also did end at like 10 minutes before the hour, which I know a lot of people were upset about.
Oh, like the runtime was like 50 minutes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Because it starts at 8 o'clock our time.
And the song was really long.
It's a 7-minute long song.
Yeah.
It
Was that Moby playing guitar?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yep. And it's Rebecca Del Rio, who hardcore Lynch fans will remember from Mulholland Drive.
Oh.
David Lynch wrote that song.
You sure did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She's wearing a red room dress.
yep, with the
Oh.
red drapes in the background. So one thing I
How
guess
do I not recognize that? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
I know.
Open your eyes,
I need
dude.
to. I apologize.
If you're going to be on the show, you have to pay attention.
and it could mean nothing, but a big part in Mulholland Drive is when we see the singer Rebecca Del Rio. It sort of changes the whole story, and a lot of fans right now are thinking that her appearance with the dress on, the red drapes in the background, and this song playing, the lyrics are sort of maybe have this message to it as well. Of course, I didn't write them down or anything, but they sort of sound like a dream sequence for someone like Dale Cooper
Really?
and a Black Lodge type place.
Okay.
People are reviewing this as maybe a pivotal point in the season where we start to see things pick up a lot.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot right now, just this last episode in
Right.
the 40 minutes. When I kind of went back and saw, I don't know where we're at in the episode, but there's some questions about Diane.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's
Let's-
Dougie's future.
Yeah, let's
in the
speak on
balance.
that. Let's
Yeah.
speak on that. So, Gordon Cole is drawing with a Sharpie on a piece of paper. He's drawing like an elk riding on a skateboard. and like
Yeah.
some arm.
That they made a point to zoom in on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that necessarily means, but he gets the knock on the door. Albert's there, but we
But-
see Laura Palmer screaming.
What was that? What was that footage from?
Fire Walk with Me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember shit about that movie.
That's okay. A lot of people only saw it once or twice,
Yeah.
but I've gone back and had my fair share of rewatching
Yeah.
moments. But
Right. So Albert's date was sort of.
oh yeah, how can we forget about that? That was so charming.
They're just kind of like peeking in on him, being like, "Hey, look at it! Look at they love each other."
Yeah, it's sweet.
That's it. I didn't. I got to be honest. I didn't really sense the connection in the previous episode.
Really?
Yeah,
See, I totally was.
I know you
Think-
brought it up in the you brought it
Yeah.
up, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't think with a character like Albert, you're going to have this epic music playing in the background with hearts popping up. It's going to be a very dry romance, probably.
But they were amusing each other at dinner,
Sure. And then,
so I'm happy for Albert.
and then after that, that's where we see Gordon Cole with the drawing, and he answers the door. And that is where he sees Laura Palmer. Finally, the vision of her vanishes, and we get Albert. He comes in with, and he tells him to turn up his little hearing aid. Points up. And he reveals that Diane received the text message of the conversation is lively.
Is that a joke he was making? That he was like a very coded.
Heavily encrypted.
When he reads what she
Diane
wrote
replied
he's
back.
like heavily encrypted.
I don't know. I couldn't tell because maybe it was heavily encrypted.
But it's not. It's they're
It
taking,
seemed like it was some sarcasm for
okay,
sure.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's classic
He says
Albert.
Diane seems to have a bunch of male suitors.
Right.
But this reception came, or the message pinged off of a tower in Mexico.
Mexico.
So I don't know if that's another element that we are going to be introduced to again. But
Is she crooked?
What was her response again? It was they're holding Will Hastings here, right?
They're
They have
gonna take
Hastings-
him to the location or something.
the site.
To the site. Yes.
so obviously, I think the site is something that Mr. Cooper, the bad Cooper, this is what he's wanted all along.
Yeah.
And this is why people like the librarian that Hastings was sleeping with got murdered.
Yeah.
But there's also theories saying that Ray, Mr. Cooper's kind of partner in crime who went to jail with him,
Yeah.
may have murdered her before Mr. C could get to him.
You said that, I believe, last time. Do you know why people say that? I've totally missed that.
Why they say what?
Why the theory out there is that Ray killed the librarian?
Dude, answer your brother.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I think that they're obviously trying to backstab Cooper, Mr. C or whatever. Because, I mean, he does shoot him
Right.
via I tricked you.
I tricked you, fucker.
I think there's probably some money involved. And I guess after this is where we see Tammy Preston approach the hotel room.
In slow motion.
In slow motion.
And as she's approaching,
The door handle is very distorted and shifts. I didn't notice this, but thank goodness for the nerdy internet world. There is a slow motion GIF or GIF, however you want to say it, of the door handle slipping up or sliding up.
Jordan, did you notice this, or were you not paying attention to this either?
I'll be honest, I didn't even watch the episode.
Dude, you got
Doing pretty good. For
Yeah, no,
improv
this is
in
all
here.
improv over here.
you're guessing really well.
I did not notice it right away. Noah, he sent it over to me, I think, yesterday
I
morning.
didn't notice it when I watched it either. I just noticed the slow motion.
Yeah.
But
I honestly didn't even notice it right away. Like when you sent it to me, I was like, what is the significance behind her just walking up to the door? I mean, but something clearly is going on over there. And I have my potential theories, but we can get to that later.
yeah, please. But we see Tammy come in with the photograph of the glass box. So we find out that Mr. C is behind it.
Okay, what was the photo of? It's him. There's another person.
So
in it.
yeah, there's another person, a very tall person,
And they
in,
didn't
a,
even,
in a-
like-
like a detective type jacket. But there's also, again, thank goodness for the nerds out there, zoomed in behind this person with like the trench coat, the detective kind of
It's
khaki
like a
coat.
bald person. or
Yep, but
something.
behind that you see what looks like a person with long gray hair.
What?
Yes,
Wow.
That's
An old Cooper?
or
long gray hair.
Who could that be? Jacoby. Does he have long hair? Is it-
Hawk.
Oh, yeah. No, it's Hawk.
I think it might be maybe a bad guy.
Oh.
A bad guy. Like someone that would get you with his death bag?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Could it be Bob?
I think we may have a winner.
Killer Bob.
Ding, 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 ding.
But is the photo like Bad Cooper looking into the box and seeing
That's what's
Bob and
unclear
Yeah.
because he almost has a look of concern on his face when you zoom in. But it looks like he's talking straight to
Okay.
the taller person, or maybe they're perched up on something.
And I think
but-
we're led to believe he's the one who sort of funded and built the box, right?
or is selling it to him or something.
Sure. The mystery billionaire.
Yeah.
That the guy.
It squashes the
refers
theory, I think, of Audrey.
to. Daryl Strawberry.
Yep, Daryl Strawberry, Barney Sandals,
Yeah.
etc. is squashed.
Damn it! I was for sure that Daryl Strawberry was going to play a bigger role.
Yeah, I know you're depressed,
Yeah.
like Jerry Horn after dinner,
depressed.
but it's kind of crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what else is pretty crazy? The return of Dr. Jacoby speaking nonsense.
He's still going.
Yeah, he's got his little Alex Jones show, and Nadine loves him. She has her own store,
Which is amazing, by the way. I'm so happy for
Run
Nadine.
Silent,
know.
Run Drapes.
Yeah. It's got a little demo going on in her storefront.
with the shovel in her
hanging.
Yep.
She's a huge supporter of
Dig
Jacoby's.
yourself out of the shit.
I kind of wonder if her maiden name is Jacoby.
Ooh.
I know I was joking about
What? Sister?
perhaps.
She's supporting her brother,
Yeah. Because
yeah,
Hurley is Big Ed's name,
right?
who we've yet to see.
Right.
He's coming though. He's listed on IMDb.
Well, he was on the photo shoot. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, oh,
that
yeah.
Entertainment
Yep.
Weekly? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. He was.
Yeah.
He's coming back. And Audrey is,
Was she also in that photo shoot?
I don't know if she's in that photo shoot, but
don't
she's
know.
listed on IMDb, and hopefully
Yeah.
it's not just a picture of her.
Well, she's been involved with, sort of like internet promotion and stuff like
Yeah,
that. It would
right.
be absolutely like there's no way she's not going to be on the show.
I think at this point it's going to be a small role because I think we're halfway through, and I think the characters we've seen are the characters that we're going to pretty much be getting. I
Yeah.
think Big Ed and Audrey and whoever else is left from the legacy standpoint,
Yep.
it's going to be very small cameo stuff.
We have sort of confirmation that Richard is her son because Richard calls Sylvia, what's her name? Is that her name? Sylvia Horn?
He goes to Sylvia Horn's house
And
and
calls her
that's his-
grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would
And
have
he
to
also
be.
calls her a C word.
amongst other things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was okay. I know
That was uncomfortable.
I mean, okay. I know
Oh,
last week I said
let
one of
guys-
the harder scenes to watch was the
Let's
armpit
get into
scene.
it.
That one was tough. Here's the deal. I don't know. So Johnny, he falls over.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Forrest Gumped.
How are
Yeah.
you today, Johnny?
How are you today, Johnny?
How are you today, Johnny?
With the
How
class,
are you today, Johnny?
I just wanted him to say I'm all right. Just
you know,
once.
Just you didn't even just like, you know what? Today's been kind of tough. Like even if that was the answer, like that would be just. Does the robot ask a different question once you answer it?
I don't know.
Why are you feeling
But
this
his
way,
mom
Johnny?
just got fucking robbed and choked by her grandson.
Did you notice that the teddy bear head was sort of like an orb that's like
Yeah.
like filled with golden, sort of like
Yep.
reminiscent of
The
something
little-
we've seen before.
Yep. Yep.
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
So, oh, man.
What I was gonna say though is, so I know I think I said last time maybe the hardest scene to watch was armpit gal scratching her armpit. This like legitimately was super tough to watch for me for some reason, and I think a lot of it had to do with like the whole dynamic with like the robotic English voice of asking nonstop, "How are you today, Johnny?" The classical music in the
Exactly.
background like just gives kind of that creepy like juxtaposition between like happy with the "How are you today, Johnny?" and it's a nice house and it's very light. And you have this classical music happening and it's all calm. Meanwhile, you got Richard Dick Horn over here, like just robbing them blind of like everything. And
I
just,
will take the purse.
I
it was
will
like
take
audio claustrophobia.
It really
Like,
was.
Yeah.
And what really did it for me was when Johnny he fell over because I mean clearly he knew something was up or whatever, and he falls over and when you see him try to run, like and he
Yeah.
can't move and he's moving his feet. I mean man.
that is a tough
Waterworks
scene.
were about to come out.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I
It
thought
just
Johnny was gonna be dead after last episode when he ran into the wall.
didn't look
Yeah.
great.
Well, I wasn't sure. I was hoping that he couldn't quite like comprehend what was happening, or if he wasn't restrained with all those like straps and everything, if he could have done anything at all. Like I don't know what his state is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and if he was really comprehending exactly what was happening or not. That was so fucked up.
The other thing too that really bothered me about this, and this also happened with Richard Horn's interaction with Miriam, is like just a little common sense. Like clearly Miriam knows that Richard Horn's not a good guy.
Right? How do these people not just have him like locked up?
Right, exactly. Clearly his grandmother knows he's not a good guy. Go in the house, lock the door, call the cops. Miriam, like don't tell him that like you're gonna ruin his life and give him all the secrets. And you live in this little home that all he needs to do is like cough on the glass door and it breaks and then he gets in and you're dead. And Sylvia, why'd you don't go outside to greet him? Just go inside.
Are you
the
saying
house.
she asked for it?
I'm not saying she asked for it. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying it bothered me. Like I want people to be alive and I want them to be safe. Just stay away from the bad guys.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
the bad
Stay
guy?
away. That was brutal.
That was very brutal. And
But it gets the point across. Like I think it's brutal for a reason. Like we're supposed
Yeah.
to really think that he's the worst dude.
oh yeah.
He is the worst person that we've seen.
And I
on
think
the
if
show.
his fate is death
Yeah.
in this show, it's going to be very, very sweet for the audience.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I
Because you want bad things to happen to him and Chad so far.
Yeah. I hope that it adds up to something more than just the sprinkle of clues we've gotten about what his origin is. Obviously bad coop, came out of the Red Room, went and visited Audrey,
Yeah.
and this might be the result of that. I hope it's not just like this for
he's
No
just a
reason.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, no, yeah. You want there to definitely, I don't know if you want to say want, but I mean, you got to imagine there's something up with this guy that, I mean, because he's like some next level shit, like bad. You know, this isn't just like a run of the mill bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were some really far-fetched theories out there that it could be Johnny's kid. Because Sylvia calls Ben, obviously leading to the point that the father is not around or incapable. I don't think it's going to be Johnny. It doesn't seem like he could
Right.
produce kids or even know how to do that.
Yeah.
Looks like I need to be taking
Maybe
tips from
maybe
Johnny
the
now.
character that Billy Zane played in the second season before
Yeah.
he goes off to Brazil or wherever it is.
Yeah.
But I think we as an audience are led to believe that it is Doppel Cooper years ago, much like Doc Hayward was saying when he
Yeah.
was hanging around ICU, etc.
Wait, do we know if Doppel Cooper just like bolted after that, after he left the ICU?
I think
or did he
he-
like hang around the town for a little bit?
It seems like he hung around for a day or two because he went there
Yeah.
and he also went to Major Briggs'
Right.
house.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. I would be willing to believe that this is Doppel Coop's son. And like,
Yeah.
yes, he's half evil and somehow became like the most evil. Yeah, I hope we get some satisfactory resolution with this guy.
I hope so too.
So he takes all the money, he takes off, and she calls Ben, and so it sounds like they're not together anymore because
Yeah, he's got
lawyers
his-
are involved.
Yeah, and the wedding ring is on. So,
Oh, really?
On Ben, yeah. But maybe they're just separated and he's like trying to be a good guy. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's all just pure speculation to the audience right now.
Right. And there's a very a kind of depressing conversation until the very end of it when he says, "Beverly, will you have dinner with me?" or something.
Yeah,
like that.
right.
It was so
I
funny.
really thought we were going to
His
see
whole-
Audrey pop in
Yeah,
that
I know.
episode,
I
especially
know.
that scene,
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious though.
or reveal who the father is for that matter.
Because no one responds to him when he calls out for Beverly.
Yeah,
it
right.
sounds like he's just saying it to nobody.
Yeah. We also see Jerry Horn still high in the woods.
Oh yeah.
Okay, really quick on that. Okay. Sorry, a little dovetail
No,
here.
that's all I got.
So last week I posed the question of Jerry Horn high in the woods like might have some meaning to the show. And I think at the time I was asking it more just for like, what do you think? I think there's going to be something up with him in the woods and him being high. Like he's going to see some shit and he's not going to know if it's like real or not because he's high or something like that. But I just, don't you feel like they're showing it like too many times for it to not eventually mean something?
Yeah. What if they eventually get to? Was it Glastonbury Grove?
Yeah. Where the lodge entrance is.
And he just happens to be kind of like close enough to see them go in and just follows them in.
Oh, God.
Holy shit. Can you imagine being high in the lodge? That would be. Well, are you high for 25 years? Like, what if you went to the lodge drunk, let's say?
Probably drunk the whole time.
Like, you're
done.
just hammered for 25 years? Or
Yeah.
however long you're in there?
Yes.
it seems like you
Holy
stay still
shit.
because, I mean, Cooper is in great shape
He's
when
in
he
great
goes
shape.
into the lodge, and
Yeah.
he's in great shape when he comes out.
Right.
God, can you imagine coming out of there, like, blasted, and you're just like, oh, what the hell is going on? These are the things I think about.
Yeah,
so.
right. No, for sure. You give a little weed banana bread thing to the brain tree. Might be fucked up in there.
Y'all have a party really quick.
I still forget the fact that a lot of people were wanting to know if Cooper would ever escape.
Wait. It would be just like in is it Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Remember when he goes into the biker bar?
Yes.
And
that is Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
They're all
Yeah.
about to like kill him, and then he gets on the table and does the dance and everything.
Tequila?
Yep, and then he walks out with all of them, and they've like embraced him and celebrated him and put him on the bike, and he drives through the sign.
Yep.
It would be just like that. Like
Yeah.
all you got to do when you go into the Black Lodge is like put on tequila and show them a good time, and they'll just like let you out.
They'll be like, I fucking love this guy.
Celebrate it as a hero.
Just don't knock
Maybe that's what's gonna happen with Jerry.
Oh my God. That would
Oh,
be
God, that'd be
amazing.
great.
Sorry, I'm so sorry that I interrupted you. Please continue.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people wanted to know like if Cooper would ever leave the lodge, and dude left the lodge like
He did.
beginning of this season pretty much
Pretty quickly.
as Dougie, but
in the relative scheme of things.
and also I think the people that are pining for Dale to snap out of it.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of late in the game now. I think we're just gonna have Dougie up until the very end. Maybe the last episode he pops out of it.
Maybe.
What if he gets shot by the Mitchum boys?
Yeah.
Or whoever they hire. And like what if like when Duper or Bad Cooper, whatever the hell you want to call him, when he got shot, like all this crazy shit happened with the woodsman, and you see
Yeah.
Bob's little gelatin face pop out of his stomach. What if like something like that happens with Dougie and I don't know. I still think there's going to be something weird. Like I think Dougie dies, but not Cooper. If that makes sense.
Right. And we're still waiting on the DNA results from the Vegas Police Department. One thing, too, about him getting that physical, no mention of the gunshot wound that he suffered 25 years ago via Josie.
All right.
Yeah, they did not mention that at all.
No mention.
Maybe he was healed, but
Maybe.
scars
When you
are
get
forever.
when you get shot by a gun, yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't there would be some sort of remnant there for a while?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be
And it
like,
pierces through your skin or whatever and your tissue.
yeah, that was stupid.
That's all right. I don't know. I've never been shot, but that's just my guess.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I actually haven't either.
Not one time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Feels good, man.
It feels good to not have been shot.
Yeah, I feel or attempted.
Yeah.
When no one's shot at me.
Agreed.
I definitely feel good about it.
Yeah. I think that's about all the scenes.
There was one other thing.
Tell me about it.
Log Lady made an appearance.
Hey, Log
Yep.
Lady. She's talking to Hawk. Hawk likes to stay late and just kind of put Log Lady on speakerphone and just kind of listen to her.
Yep.
That's the thing he does. That's kind of cool.
There's no dialogue between the two. It seems like.
It's just
and
her
he's-
talking.
Yeah, right.
It's just her
It
talking.
makes me kind of wonder if everything.
What does she say? She's basically.
Well,
just
she says
like,
that
Laura,
the Truman brothers are true men.
what?
She says the Truman brothers
Yeah.
are true men.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I miss that?
How the fuck did you not see that?
No.
She says
Noah,
the circle's almost complete.
I said that. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember you saying it, but then the log lady actually said it.
Yeah.
Log Lady's a little
okay.
plagiarizer. I guess
All right,
we
so
all know.
okay, so she says they're true men.
And the circle's almost complete. Laura is the one. She says that in the first go and
Yep.
this last episode.
She says Laura's the one in the first one too.
Yes.
I guess I don't remember that either. Doesn't she also say something to the effect of like it's something like flowing like a river?
It's something about the moon and the implication that you and I, Jordan, kind of had was, are we going to see a bunch of these zombie fucking woodsman types come out of the all these spirits come out of the lodge at 2:53 on 10:1 through 10:2 or something?
See, that's kind of what I was thinking, and I thought woodsman, and this is probably super far fetched,
But maybe Leland,
like,
Laura,
I thought
etc.
like, and I brought it up to one of my friends before this episode. And it was just more like oh, what if, dude? Like, and it was, what if like everybody, because there's two of everybody, right? There's doppelgangers and there's the real life people. What if like all those people in the lodge like come out of the lodge, like Leland, Laura, Annie, all these people come out of there?
And what did your friend say?
Dude, that would be so fucking sick.
Did we get it? You have friends.
Yeah,
We
I
get
know.
it.
It's my one friend. It's one of my friends. It's one of my
Okay.
many friends. But like, I don't like the what I was gonna say is when I have like a theory coming up here.
Oh, yeah. Theory den.
Is it's not quite a theory den theory.
Well, we're going there.
All
so
right.
do it.
So you have Log Lady talking about her things.
Yeah.
God, and of course I'm not going to be able to remember all the different examples right now, but there's a few other like things talked about, like
People
things
sort of spouting,
things
sort of like
opening up
prophecy a little bit. Yeah.
you see Laura in the door when
Yes.
Gordon opens it up. You see the little like wave over the handle when Tammy's walking up. Like it looks like and then you have Log Lady saying something's about to flow like a river. The circle's almost complete. Yada yada yada. And part of me just wonders if like, you know, like what if like the lodge opens up and it flows like a river and all these people are coming out of there, and then you're gonna have some things on your hands there. You know, you're gonna see
That's
Mrs.
Yeah.
sort of what the climax or what they're going to have to deal with is it
Yeah, and
opening
like,
up
and
into our world.
yeah, and like I mean that's kind of like that's like I said, could be super far fetched. So I don't know who would be coming out of there. Would it be like good people? Would it be bad people? But
Right.
yeah, I'm starting to sound a little bit like Will Hastings. I feel like
There's little excerpts I found online of what Log Lady said. Hawk, electricity is humming.
that was another thing.
Electricity.
You hear it. You hear it in the mountains and rivers. You see it dance among the seas and stars and glowing around the moon. But in these days, the glow is dying. What will be in the darkness that remains? The Truman brothers are both true men. They are your brothers, and the others, the good ones who have been with you. Now the circle is almost complete. Watch and listen to the dream of time and space. It all comes out now, flowing like a river. That which is and is not. Hawk, Laura is the one.
Okay.
That's what we get from the Log Lady.
That tells me nothing except that I was completely true about True Man.
Yeah. You were right all along. They're both true men.
Yes. Do you want to do some upspeak final thoughts
Yeah.
about this episode?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to talk about like the perhaps what the music part meant? I mean, I wanted to dive into it a little bit
Go
more.
for it. You mean the end?
Yeah. So
Okay.
not just Mulholland Drive, but we see a pivotal point in the second season where Cooper, Truman, and the Log Lady are at the Roadhouse. Julie Cruz is performing, and she plays the song "As the World Spins," and it's kind of this dramatic song. And James and Donna are there. This is where Donna's kind of crying, and this song is playing when the giant comes on and says, "It is happening again." Oh. And this is where Leland is revealed as Bob, and he kills Madeline. There's some theories out there that this is pivotal because the singer, Rebecca Del Rio, is wearing the dress with the black and white lodge kind of
Chevron.
Look. Yep, the chevron with the red drapes. It kind of has the same tempo and moodiness to this song was called No Stars. The one in the original series was called As the World Spins, and it sort of has this slow 50s dreamy pop thing to it. But yeah, exactly. And with Mulholland Drive, it being the same singer at this point in the movie Mulholland Drive, it's sort of where everything flips and you get some clarity as to what's going on with the story. I really hope, I know this is a little off, but I fucking hope that this isn't all Dale Cooper's dream. That would be like, that would be like the shittiest exit ever.
Why would? Where did that come from?
Because there's people out there that are worried about that, but
yeah.
I don't think Lynch would ever do it.
What do you
Like,
mean you don't hope this? Like, what would be his dream? And when
him
did the
getting
dream
shot at the Great Northern.
Wait, is As the World Turns? Is that show where it was all in the mind of a kid or something? Or is like, wait, was it Dallas where it was all a dream?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Lost was a dream, wasn't it?
Well, sort of.
Spoilers.
Roseanne
watch.
was a dream in the last two seasons.
Are you talking about Roseanne, like Roseanne Barr?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, the last two seasons were a dream.
Wait, there's a show about. There's a show.
There's a like a soap opera called As the World Turns or something
Yeah.
like that. This song is called As the World Spins.
Spins. Okay.
Yeah, that's from the first. Anyway,
I'm
so
getting a bunch of things mixed up, but there is definitely like a soap opera that I think it was like based around a hospital or something. Where
General Hospital, perhaps.
is that? Where the last episode is there's a kid and he's looking like it pulls out from the last scene of the show with all the characters and there's a kid playing with like a snow globe and it's in there and it's basically like just in this kid's like snow globe. Is it? Is this ringing a bell for you guys?
It sounds familiar, but I feel like because it's something that Family Guy made fun of, and that's the only reason why I would know
it's
it.
one of the
'cause
most
I'm
like iconic
a
like
millennial.
things that people hated, like
Yeah.
worst finales of all time. And then Dallas was also a dream. Dallas is like,
Yeah. So
I didn't watch this stuff, but
there were two separate things. I'm sorry I even said that theory, but basically,
No, I like it.
this song "No Stars" that was played
Yes.
on Sunday night, and the song "As the World Spins"
was
performed
from-
by Julie Cruz
was from
in season
long ago.
2.
Gotcha.
That's where we get revealed that Leland is Bob and Bob kills Madeline.
Right.
And even though we don't see necessarily a murder during the scene or a lodge spirit show up on stage, we see the black lodge dress,
Yes.
the red curtains. So I think here on out, and probably because of the time constraint that we have, we only have, 8 or 9 episodes left?
8.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
8. Yep.
well, there's no season 4, as far as I know, happening. I feel like
Yeah.
shit's got to get rolling right
It's
now.
got to get rolling.
So, yeah, I really think that we're going to probably have some horrifying stuff coming up here,
Yes.
especially if they're going to be coming up to the October 1st, October 2nd dates, like the note that they found
Yeah.
via Briggs. And
Yeah.
I hope the Jack Lantern's Palace thing gets figured out pretty quick here. But I think in the end, what we saw in the the second season, Cooper tells Hawk, if I ever go missing, you're the guy I want coming after me,
Yep.
looking for me.
Yes.
A little bit of parallel there.
Parallel.
That's all I got, but you go ahead with some upspeak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's give some upspeak final thoughts. This episode was pretty like difficult to watch at times, but some of the scenes were I liked it. I liked the episode. And that's really all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I would say this is probably the worst episode of the season so far.
Really?
However, upon second viewing, even though I didn't watch it all the way through again, I think there's some little nuggets to be taken from you can run with a little bit. I also thought this song at the end of the show, No Stars, was really good when I was watching the episode, but downloading the song, it's not very good.
I have one more thing to say. It provided the funniest moment that I thought for the whole season, and was actually like the best moment of comedy that we've seen so far.
Dougie Jones having sex.
No, the surveillance footage from the casino.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I really laughed out loud. for
Yeah.
that.
I laughed out loud a lot during the lovemaking between Janie E and Dougie Jones.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of people complaining about the lip syncing.
From the performance part.
However, that is exactly what happens in Mulholland Drive.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's intentional.
So if people are criticizing, they should brush up on their Lynch before they start typing away on the internet. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Queen.
Whoa.
Jordan, give me some upspeak, bro.
I think to start, I can't believe that Roseanne was a dream. I think that's really going to throw me off for the next couple weeks.
The last season.
2 weeks you're gonna be put out.
Yeah, I think this is really going to make me. I might have to take a vacation from work.
Do you want me to tell you what happened?
No, because it's still Roseanne, and I don't really like that show. I'm going to say it with an exclamation. I don't really like Roseanne. But to continue my upspeak, I think some things are about to go down in Twin Peaks and all over the world. And I think the lodge is maybe about to open up. And I'm really excited. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Great, man.
Feeling it.
I feel
I'm
good.
feeling it.
Do you want to know what happens with Roseanne?
Sure, why not? We're here now.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
All right. So
I never liked that show.
So for people
Good, I'm
who
glad
are
I'm not
currently
alone.
watching Roseanne for some reason,
John Goodman is in it, but he's not. He's not a good man the way Sheriff Truman is a true
Yeah,
man.
he's a bad bowler, and Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude.
Yeah.
That's the movie, right?
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I thought it was always called Dude, Where's My Car? Because there's the dude.
You thought it was
I feel
always
like you're
called
gonna.
that.
I thought it was always called that because there's the dude.
Dude, yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of issues with people out there that think you thought the Big Lebowski was Dude, Where's My Car? Do you know what Dude, Where's My Car is? It's Ashton Kutcher, and it's I don't.
William Scott.
Sean William Scott.
Stifler.
The Stiffmeister.
That's the 70s show.
No.
Okay,
no.
so
no,
Roseanne.
No.
The end of the second to last
And they
season.
lose their car. Sorry, go ahead.
This sounds like Dumb and Dumber to me.
Well, it's not.
Okay, so
Stiffmeister.
for those who are for some reason watching Roseanne, just stop listening to this episode right now, because
Spoiler alert.
right now. The end of, I believe, season 4, whatever the second to last season is, Dan has a heart attack, and he survives.
Is Dan John
Dan
Goodman?
Goodman.
Yes, that's John Goodman, I believe. And
Spoilers.
Yeah, and at the beginning of season 5, he survives, and they win the lottery, and life's just crazy good. However, the last 2 minutes of the show, when Roseanne is writing the memoirs on the typewriter, Dan actually died. They did not win the lottery. They were actually very poor because he did not have a lot of money off the inheritance, the life insurance, whatever.
Okay.
It kind of fucked me up, man.
Did it really? Were you're a Roseanne head?
No. But I found this out like 2 years ago. I never thought that show would ever go so dark.
Oh, sure.
David
sure.
Lynch started directing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they bringing Roseanne back?
What do you mean?
I thought they were doing a reprise of Roseanne for some reason.
Who would be Rose? What do you mean?
Like Roseanne.
Like reunion or like reboot?
I don't know, man. I think a reprise or a reboot or reunion or
Roseanne
something.
just wearing her MAGA hat and
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Stick to Twin Peaks.
Well, I think we've said all we can say about episode 10.
Yeah, because we only had 48 minutes worth
Yeah.
of an episode. That was the only thing that was kind
Triggered.
of annoying.
They were throwing the us podcasters a bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. When the episode ended, Jordan and I were kind of annoyed with how long that song was, but as the world spins is a huge plot point in season 2.
Yeah.
And that's a very long song, long
Yep.
scene, etc. I think this sort of mirrors that.
You know what? That didn't even cross my mind. I'm so glad you brought it to my attention.
Sometimes you have to digest Twin Peaks a little bit.
True.
Perhaps with the what,
That's a great point.
Yeah, what the hell did you eat tonight? What did you eat tonight?
What did I have to eat
yeah,
tonight?
I got the tab tonight.
I don't know if that's like really any of your business, but if you have to know, I had the hibachi chicken. I had chicken and steak, like hibachi,
Okay.
and the rice wasn't quite as like sticky as I wanted, but it was still like really good.
I
got 2 shrimp sauces.
I had a slow roasted burger.
Ooh. What
on the slow roast option?
Yeah.
Is that on like the secret menu, kind of like the In-N-Out secret menu?
Yeah, they put a bunch of burgers in the crock pot.
What's the code for slow roast when you like order it? What do you say? Like
Roast slow.
Here's the deal: is my situation is I come in and then I just take control. This is not going to be your podcast by the end of it. So